that you made the wake up list. And I am grateful to share this time and moment and space with you. So, of course, I'm excited about the gratefulness journey every day. And there's so much that I want to share that I'm often giddy about what I can share because gratefulness has really been a game changer for me. And I must thank some people, among them Brother David Steindl Rast, um, and others. Uh, Brother David, a monk, another former monk who I know, Pandit Dasa. I've got to give a shout out to him. I met him at an extraordinary conference called Work Human, which many of you may know. And I went several years ago when the former First Lady Michelle Obama was the keynote speaker. And I must admit, I was more inclined to go because she was the keynote speaker. It does make a difference. And it was in beautiful Arizona. Had an opportunity to go there and to experience that. And I met Pandit, whose work literally changed the trajectory of my mindfulness journey because I was seeking more mindfulness to infuse in my leadership, mindfulness to permeate every area of my being. And I'm still on that journey. Certainly, I'm not a master or guru at that, but it led me to this gratefulness journey and the work of Jennifer Moss, whose work is revelatory and around the happiness science. All of that, all of them contributed to me. And what I am pouring out is what has been poured into me. And so I'm excited for what it could do for you if you just try it, you know? Sometimes the ordinary can be extraordinary. And you have these experiences like me, I'm sure, in life, things that you just take for granted that you don't really count up the inventory. Starting my gratefulness journey, my mother gave me a brilliant piece of advice. You see, I had experienced the loss of my dad and one of my best buddies, and at that time, three of my four siblings. And I had decided that I was not going to cook Thanksgiving dinner. I was caregiving for my mom, and she didn't smell anything cooking. So she called me up to her room and said, What's going on? I don't smell anything. I said, No, we're not going to do Thanksgiving. We're just going to get a couple of trays of food from the soul food place. And me, you, and Autumn, my niece, who is like my daughter, we will just have dinner. And she said, No, no, no. And she grabbed my hand with tears in her eyes and she said, You have the right to grieve for as long and as deeply as you want to grieve. But you must also reserve the right to take inventory of and be thankful and grateful for everything you have left. Even when I say it now, I still get this chill at the back of my neck because it was so profound to me that a woman who had lost three children and sisters and others besides my losses was was ready to count and take inventory of what she had left, what was taken for granted, what was the ordinary. The ordinary for her became extraordinary because it was an opportunity to take inventory of every wonderful thing that you have left. That is an ambitious goal when you've experienced the loss of a job. Well, what's left? There's some ordinary things in a layoff that are left. Your marriage did not work out as you had intended. Your partnership with your business, you all had to fold and go separate ways. You couldn't bring it together. What's left? Maybe it's a lesson. Whatever is left is not to be taken for granted. The ordinary is extraordinary. That simple wardrobe that you have, there's a man or woman, boy or girl, who wish they could go into a closet. Those old dingy clothes you think they are extraordinary with an iron. and maybe Febreze or a good wash or clean. There are those who would think that those are king's garments. They're extraordinary. But if those that are differently abled and visually impaired could see the bright sunshine, they might not walk out into it every day as it is expected to be theirs. They would see it as extraordinary. You don't have to just count the loss of someone else to see your gain. You can awaken and realize all of the handiwork and crafty work that had to go into you getting up, to you being called forth in the goodness of today. That, my friends, is extraordinary. And I invite you, I challenge you to consider that what you're taking for granted is a granted access for you to see that you live an extraordinary life in an extraordinary world. It is but waiting for you to discover it. The ordinary is extraordinary. May you go throughout this day seeing what has been before ordinary as something marvelously miraculous and extraordinary. I hope that you will join us on this journey if you are not yet on the journey with us. The Gratefulness Journey every day is available in ebook and in paperback. You can get it right at that QR code there. And inside of the ebook and in the paperback, but in the ebook, you can click on the hyperlink. It will take you to a gratefulness journal that will accompany the book that you can journal every single day of your journey. Now, we think it's a 70-page read. It is, and we think you can get through it and practice in 30 days. 30 to 45 days is where you build your best habits. And there are some tools in here to help you power those habits if you want to transform your life. The ordinary is extraordinary, and I hope that you will join the journey and see how extraordinary your life can be with the power of gratefulness. I'm Marcus Holmes. Join me on this journey.